Okay, so for a pillow that has an outer edge only, or for a pillow that has an outer edge, what you're going to do is you're going to take your edge pattern piece and you're going to take that long outer edge strip and fold it so that the right sides are together and the short edges are clipped together. Clipped or pinned, that is. And we're going to sew the short edges together at a 1/2 inch seam allowance, back stitching on either side. Let's do that now. Okay, we're just sewing the short ends of the outer piece and we're stitching them 1/2 inch seam allowance, back stitching on either side. And you can repeat that if you have other outer edges that you need to sew. So some of the letters have multiple outer pieces, and what you need to do is you need to attach all of the outer edges together to make one continuous loop like I just did. So this letter E is very simple because it is a continuous loop here, just one piece. But you know, the bigger letters, like the large sizes, you will have a couple of pieces that you need to string together to make the continuous outer loop. So do that now. Just keep attaching the short edges together in the way we just did until you get your continuous loop out of all of the pieces. So now just take a minute to go and press this seam down and flat, and then we'll come back, we'll start putting it together. Okay, so after you've interfaced your pattern pieces, if you're doing the optional interfacing, the first thing that we're going to do is work on the outer edge of the letter that we're doing. So if you've watched the letter E sew along, then you are pretty familiar with this. This is going to be slightly different though, because we are doing a very curvy piece as opposed to a very edgy piece like the letter E is, with lots of edges and corners. This one doesn't have any corners and it doesn't have any edges. It's just all round. So it's a totally different ball of wax. Okay, so what we want to do is we need our main front and back pieces, and then we need our outer edge piece. So you can go ahead and set the pattern piece aside, and what we're going to do is bring the right sides together on that outer edge piece, and we are going to clip the ends or pin the ends, and then we're going to stitch this together to make one continuous loop at a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So we're not doing anything right now with the letter itself. We will be in just a couple minutes, but on this we're gonna stitch that now. So let's go do that and we'll come back. Okay, we are stitching the outer edge together at a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So we're gonna want to back stitch on either side of the seam that we're starting. Okay, and we're done. That was not a lot of sewing.